No, 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 no. So, Obsession, the movie that has taken cinemas by storm along back rooms. We're now in the era of YouTubers getting, absorbent amounts of money to make their YouTube fantasy, wet dreams, ideas come to fruition, and that's totally cool. I didn't see Iron Lung from Markiplier, even though I probably should have. I have not seen Back Rooms, but I had the pleasure of seeing Obsession today, and I don't get it. And I'm not saying I don't get it. I understood what the movie was going for. What I don't get is the hype. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And honestly, maybe I should have seen this movie outside of a theater. But even still, I think the movie plays with some interesting ideas. I don't necessarily think there are bad performances. I understand what Curry Barker was going for. Also, no relation for anyone who knows me. My last name is Barker. But yes, anyway. I think that, it's fine? Maybe? I don't know. It just didn't really work for me. I don't really know. It plays on the trope of, be careful what you wish for. I mean, it says it in the fucking poster. You only get one wish, okay? Yeah, that's the gist of the movie. Guy likes girl. Not sure if girl likes him. So he goes to this fucking weird shop, finds a one wish mellow thing. I don't even remember what the fuck it's called. Makes his wish, wishes this girl loves him more than anything in the world, and there's like some kinda paranormal thing going on with her after this. Kinda, maybe. They don't really explain it that well. It's part of the mystery. It's fine. It's whatever. I think Indy Navarrete, that's how you pronounce her stage name. I don't know. I probably butchered it. My bad. But yeah, like, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I don't know. Like, because at one point, the character lies about her dad having cancer, and then you get to the climax of the movie, you find out that homeboy Bear and his friend Ian was hooking up with the chick. Like, full-blown spoilers. The movie's been out for, like, over a month now. Damn near. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I see the appeal. I just don't necessarily think it's worth the hype, right? And there are some gory moments. There's a jump scare or two, and, it's a little effective. But I also think that they linger on things a little too much in certain scenes. I think there are some, really drawn out sequences that are kind of unnecessary. Like, this movie could have been shaved off by about 10 minutes, and the end result could have achieved the same. I honestly think there are some moments in here that are meant to make you think of The Exorcist to some extent. And I'm going to be honest, like, I just kind of walked out and went, okay. Yeah. I mean, okay, so there is a much larger conversation about, unrequited feelings and how that could possibly bite you in the ass, and also how, again, the be careful for what you wish for trope, because it's not going to end up being exactly what you want. I feel like there's some subversive writing here in terms of, like, how, when you get rejected by someone, or rather when you build something up in your head, when you build up a relationship in your head of what you think it could be, and it doesn't be that, it turns into something more horrifying. Yeah, I get that completely. That's honestly kind of what I think Curry Barker was going for to some extent. I just think technically, I mean, it's made on a $750,000 budget. It shows it's made buku money at the box office, and that's great. I think that's amazing. I think, more independent films should take this lesson away. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think this movie and Backrooms are also going to feed into a much larger problem of Hollywood stigmatisms of executive producers looking at this and being like, oh no, we should invest in YouTubers and let their fantasies come true on the big screen. That's not the lesson you need to take away from this. I do see what, again, I mentioned earlier, I see what Curry Barker was going for. I just don't think, for me, it works, and that's fine. Like, I'm not going to call it bad. I'm not going to call it great. I'm not going to call it performative. I'm just going to say that it just didn't work for me, because everyone has their own tastes and everyone has their own preferences when it comes to horror. And unfortunately, this one just doesn't necessarily work for me. Again, I can appreciate the craftsmanship. I can appreciate the performances to some extent. But I also think that there are just things that, there are certain sequences that linger a little too long. I also think that the movie is not well lit in terms of lighting and camera workmanship. I think that could have been a lot better, but I also think, by that same token, there are certain scenes that convey a sense of darkness and shadow and dread, and they do it well enough, but it's also like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little too over critiquing, maybe. I don't know. I thought it was fine. Like, I don't really get the hype behind it. Like, it was fine. I also think that, like, the main character is, he kind of brings all this shit on himself, and that's a kind of a horror trope more sometimes when it comes to certain things. So, all in all, like, is it worth it to go see it in the theater? In my opinion, no. You can wait. I think this is one movie you can absolutely wait for, VOD, streaming, whatever. Like, this is totally one of those movies. So, I mean, I'm glad it's doing well at the box office. That's fine and gravy. But yeah, just honestly, I thought it was fine. I didn't, feel one way or the other about it. Like, this is not the best shit since baked bread, and it's also not, the absolute worst travesty low budget horror movie I've seen. It's fine. It's a fine movie. I'll say it's a fine first outing if Curry Barker wants to do other stuff. I know he's doing one other movie coming out like next year or something, and it's apparently set in this same universe, and that's totally cool, whatever. But yeah, this was a meh for me. It's fine. It's nothing special. It's fine. That's really all I got. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button if you know what I'm about. If you like this, didn't like it, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments or whatever. Yeah, Obsession was kind of a meh for me.